Good morning, it's Jennifer with Gomont Creations here for another tutorial. Today we're going to work on paper piecing. I have here a few different styles of this adorable little boy from the My Favorite Things Soldier Boy set. Unfortunately, this set's now retired, and the only reason I got it was because it was a fundraiser thing for Operation Right Home, and I'm so glad that I was able to get it. I love it. We're going to try some service dress uniforms and some BDUs or battle dress uniforms. And to do the camouflage, we're actually going to use the camouflage background from Stamper's Best. So let's get started. I'm going to set these three guys to the side. These are some of the ones I have left. I made some for each of the 5 branches with their service dress uniform, and I also made the 3 different versions of the camouflage uniforms. We have desert, naval, and jungle. So to start off, we're going to start off easy. We're going to make this airman right here in his solid blue service dress uniform. Now this is something that you can do with just scraps. So I have the blue for his uniform. And the cool thing is you can do all different colors for skin tones, but with what I used for these guys, they're all on the same color paper as that, but they're also colored with colored pencils, just the basic Crayolas. You can use any other brand that you want to, but those I found to be my favorite. So first things first is we're going to grab my favorite Ranger Archival ink in jet black. Love this, best black I've ever dealt with. So for this Air Force guy, let's use this one. This is Citrus by Basil. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to stamp him. Make sure I get them all good and inked up. And these, My Favorite Things stamps, do beautifully. Whoops. Make sure I got him stamped again. Ta-da! Alright. Set that to the side. And then we're going to stamp out his uniform and his hat. Just stamp him again. There we go. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do is fussy cut. Some people do what they'll do is they'll fussy cut this, put it on here, and then cut the whole thing out. I, on the other hand, like to do it the other way. But first, before I cut that, let me go ahead and color his shoes. I'm just going to use a Zig Rider. No, I'll do that after I cut it. That way I can see the lines better. Alright, so there's our base. Now we're going to start his uniform. And since I'm going to do his uniform all as one piece, I'll go ahead and color his boots on here. I think. How did I do it? Yeah, I did it all as one piece. No, I think I'll color them on here. I'm sorry for my indecisiveness on camera. Here's my scratch paper. And some black shoes per uniform standards. I made sure when I made these, I went from memory when I was in the Air Force for a few years. But I also looked online at the different uniform sites to make sure that I was doing the right details. These aren't perfect. These are supposed to be little boys kind of playing dress up. So they my favorite actually turned out to be the Marine Corps service dress, which was a lot of fun to make besides the BDUs. So now I'm going to go ahead and start with his service dress uniform. So he's almost done. Now we're going to cut where his hat is. Then we're going to cut for where his shirt is, since with your uniform they wear a light blue shirt. Okay, so his outfit is done. I'm going to pull my colored markers. Give him the right shade of blue for his shirt. Used light blue from Crayola. Just need to do a little bit, maybe a little dark. Yeah, it's okay. So now I need to grab my X-Acto knife so that I can get this little area right here between his bent arm and his ear. I love my glass mats so that I can do this without worrying about damaging what's underneath. Okay, now that's done. I'm going to go ahead and color his hat. Just need to do the brim of his service dress hat, or service hat. So there's the black band, and then the brim. Okay. Very few times I'll actually use wet glue, but I find when I'm working with these that it does work best, and it gives you a little bit of a chance to do some movement once you place it down. There he is. Now I'm going to clean up the edges of where that X-Acto knife was, and then I'm going to go around the edges with the black marker just to give it a little bit more of a crisp outline. Alright, so now he just needs his buttons and his name tag, both of which are silver. There you go, there's your airman. The next thing we're going to do, since I don't want the video to be too long, is we're going to work on the camouflage. So you're just going to need a scrap piece, and you can see I've used this one already to make the camouflage. So I'm just going to cut that one and use the flip side. We're going to stamp in reverse. I'm going to stamp him on here first, and then I'll stamp him on the skin tone. See, he turns out beautifully. Then, let's see. Yeah, we'll pick that skin tone. We have a very diverse military, so we need some very diverse little guys. So I'm going to work on his uniform first. Pull my scratch paper out again. Use some washi tape to hold him down while I am stamping him, so that way he doesn't shift. I love using this one in particular because it says under construction, and I'm always using it when I'm working on something, so everything I'm working on that the washi tape is on is always under construction. Now I'm going to pull my camouflage background stamp. For this guy in particular, I chose to use Vintage Photo, Crushed Olive, and Peeled Paint by Tim Holtz. So the first thing we'll do is let's start with some Vintage Photo and just stamp it over the whole thing. And then just picking a side-to-side direction. There we go. So he's got some brown on his uniform so far. Sorry about that. I forgot that I had pictures on my SD card as well. So if the video jumps, I'm sorry. Currently left on getting the camouflage hat cut out. Now we'll move to cutting out his uniform, which on this one we will color his boots down here and then place the uniform on top. Okay, we need to color his shirt. So depending on the branch, depends on whether they have a black undershirt or a tan undershirt. So let's give him another one. Okay, then we'll glue this on. He's ready to go. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see a tutorial on how I did the other camouflage uniforms or the Marine, or if you have a special request, go ahead and leave a comment and I will take care of it. Thanks and have a great day.